What is up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. It is Thursday. You know what? The funniest thing is, I always forget. Wow. I always forget that I should do it on Wednesdays, but I never do. But then when it's Thursday, I'm like, oh, it's Thursday, my dudes. But you know, I'm like, nah. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. I was just, I actually don't really have much of a point for any of these videos, you know, really, but. Yeah, today was a doozy. Oh man, I had an issue with the doors that I was installing the frames for. They just kept coming out wrong. Not necessarily because of me, but because they kept coming out in different heights, and for the longest time I've always had them cut at the same length because it worked. But today, for some reason, all of them were skewed, and some were higher, some were lower, so it didn't fit correctly. And oh man, that took some time, but we're all right. It's all good. So like 140, I think. That's a lot of windows now. It's 140, so it's not too bad. I mean, I can't complain. Like I said, my other job, it was like 4 o'clock every day. Horrible. Can I pass to this guy? He's got a lot of cargo here. I don't want to seem like a potato. He's taking a left too, so I should be okay. Okay. Here we are. Oh man, it is warm today. Or it finally got warm. This morning it was pretty cold like usual, but it's warmer. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Something hitting this side of the dashboard. I'm gonna get gas here soon. So my throat's extremely dry and my water's basically empty, so that doesn't help. Oh. And I hate yawning all the time because then I have to cut it out. I don't mind just having a straight shot video, but when I keep yawning, I'm just like, oh. It's not, you know, editing isn't the problem, it's just that homework has been alright, keeping up mostly. I finally slept in, like I said in my last video. So I went to sleep 30 minutes earlier, and I feel better. I think partly due to that was also that my kid didn't wake me up in the middle of the night too, so that was extremely helpful and beneficial for my health as well. I can't sleep. I need to get my rest. I need to revitalize my body, have energy, regrow cells properly, so I don't end up having something bad happen to me. Because recently I had like a health scare, I guess. Personally, I thought I had a health scare, but I went to the doctors last week, I think, and everything was right. There was blood work done, everything done. Everything came out right. I had a whole thingy where they put a bunch of stuff on me. My heart rate was doing good. So I don't know. Maybe I was just tweaking out a little bit, but everything's okay. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. Life's good. Life's good when you're alive. I actually thought about when I almost drowned. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just in the pure bliss of it. It was elementary time. I was let's see, 5. No, I was in elementary. I don't know what age it is, so 10, 12, whatever. And we had a baseball team that I was a part of. And let me think. It wasn't part of the school. It was an extra outside of school thing that I was part of for the summer. And for the end of the season, we had a pool party at one of the coach's house. And obviously I went. I think with my mom or my dad, I'm not sure. We went. We were having fun. Everyone's playing in the pool. I'm playing in the pool. I don't know how to swim, but I still got in the pool because I could still touch the water, like, at the base level, at the 4 feet area. I was like, you know, I'm fine here. And I was good. But, sorry, I blanked out there. And so I saw people going on the slide because they had a slide too. I wanted to go on the slide too. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go on the slide. And I wasn't thinking. And I go on the slide. And as I'm going down, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. This is great. And I touch the water. I go in the water. I don't feel the floor. I start panicking. And I at that moment I knew, I'm like, oh, I'm not touching anything. And I was literally flailing. I couldn't touch anything. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. At the moment I realized, as soon as I hit the water and realized I wasn't touching the floor, I was like, oh, this might be it. I was like, oh, I need to save myself. And I don't remember much of what I was seeing. I think I had my eyes closed because, you know, I was splashing in. But I hit the water, and then I just remember not being able to feel anything. And so then I started panicking and started reaching out as far as I could to see if I could feel anything, because I think I was on the side, so I kept doing this. And then I finally caught myself, and I was gasping for air when I came out, and I looked out where everybody was at, you know, playing, because there happened to be nobody around me. Actually, there happened to be nobody around me. It was just me on the other end, and everybody else was like on the other side eating, and there's a bunch of kids there too. So it was just weird that nobody was near me. Nobody was on my side. Everybody was like playing in the yard, and so they're all on the other side. I got up, like I grabbed onto the ledge by luck, and I looked up, and I just see everybody on the other side. Just, you know, no one noticed me, which was the scariest part, because I'm like, if I were to actually drown, if I actually drowned, nobody would have saved me. Like, it would have been a good minute, 2 tops, that nobody would have seen me. So that was crazy, because I'm like, man, I could have drowned. I mean, I could have probably been saved, but now as an adult, I know the problems of drowning. I'm like, you know, I could have been out of oxygen for a little bit and damaged my brain. So I'm like, or I could have died. I mean, you know, it could have been longer than that. Everyone could have been so occupied that no one would have noticed me. And so, yeah, that was pretty wild. There's been other instances where I almost died. Actually, let me get gas first, because I don't want to wait here the whole time and tell the story. Sometimes I feel like there's music out there that genuinely sounds like NPC music. Like, it's music that I would hear, that I would think NPC players would be using. Non-playable characters would be using, not players. You know, it's like, it's just the music out there that I'm like, do people actually listen to this? Like, they actually sit down and listen to this, or perhaps find pleasure in this music? Inspired, really? Do they feel inspired by this? What do they feel? What does that music empower them? What does that, like, convey to them? What does it make them feel? I know it's not that deep, but it really is that deep, because, you know, why is certain demographics more popular with some artists, genres, females, males? Is there an empowerment to it? Is there some kind of is there some kind of ego feeding mechanism there, right? Anyways, you know, some music can be like that, some music cannot, right, or whatever. But there's just some music that I genuinely don't understand how people can listen to it and be like, huh, you like this stuff, like, this is what you like. I mean, I don't know, but to each their own, right? That is the capitalistic free world we live in. Free unless you're attacking somebody. Anyways, none of that. Yes, when I jumped into the pool, when I found the water, I realized there's nothing around me. I grabbed onto the ledge. When I finally was able to get up, I realized that nobody was going to save me. Nobody was there to save me, right? There wasn't a placeholder there. There was nobody there to protect me at all. So what it made me think was, wow, up to this point, good golly, what is that guy doing? We're being stopped by trucks. Anyways, back to my story. Up to that point in my life, I always had my mom, my dad to protect me. I always had somebody to, look over me, right? I always felt safe. I always felt like, oh, there's nothing that can happen. Like, nothing out of the norm. Nothing can actually happen to me. I didn't feel invincible, but I knew nothing was nothing bad was gonna happen to me. Not at home, not at school. I felt safe. Like, I'm gonna deal with my little problems and be okay. But up to that point, everything was fine. But then when that happened to me, it was like, I was like, wow, like I was by myself. I was truly alone at this moment. I was just I had it figured out by myself. But there was no one coming to save me. So I saved myself there, truly. By my own dumb mistake, but I did save myself. And maybe I'm playing it up to a lot, but there was no one there to save me. Like, it would have taken a minute for someone else to save me. Like, no one was looking. No one happened to be looking my way at all. So it might have been the perfect unlucky moment where I would have been just unlucky enough that by the time someone would have catched me, I would have been dead already. And now, I don't know how exactly it works or how long you have, but in movies, cinema, media, I suppose, it's depicted that you can be drowning, right? You can be drowning, and then you pass out or you become unconscious, and then someone resuscitates you, and by doing CPR or whatever, and then you come back to life. But does that always work? I mean, is there a really small window for that? I assume there would be, because I know if there's no oxygen going to the brain, it damages your brain immediately. So, I don't know how that tends to happen. But I survived, and I'm fine, and I'm not gonna, it wasn't really that bad because I survived. I mean, it really wasn't that bad. Let's be honest. But there has been other instances that I've almost died. So I'm not gonna go into all of them because I'm here now and I'm fine. So I'm lucky, I guess. But it just makes me think, like, man, life is very fragile, and you have to be careful in life and make sure that you make the most out of it, because you never know when something stupid's gonna happen that you might do, and there's no way to come back from it. So yeah, I look at life a little differently, because nothing's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing's gonna save you. There's no one coming to save us. It's just us. That's it. It's just us. And as soon as we realize that, as soon as everybody can realize that, then we can truly appreciate all of us. We can truly appreciate ourselves, the people around us, nature, everything. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things that help us, but this world is not here to help us at all. I mean, if we sit, we will die, right? Like, if we just sit down and not move at all, not try anything, we will eventually die. So this world, as great as it is, Mother Nature will take over you. Mother Nature does not care. You will bend to its will. That's what I'm trying to say. So appreciate it, because by luck or by divine intervention, we are here now. We have to, and regardless of all that, we just gotta appreciate life every day, just a little bit, because we might not be alive the next day. But that was enough story time for you guys. I think that's a good bit that I can add. I'm gonna finish my book. I'm trying to finish my book in 1984. eat my apple, head home, finish homework, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.